Hey guys, welcome back to the Simple Ground Homestead. As you can tell, I've donned my bee suit and I'm having my first experience with bees. I think that bees are a great part of the landscape. You know, they're a very important part of the ecosystem. They're very important when it comes to, pollination and life cycle and so on. You know, they're kind of declining. It's kind of an important thing for those of us who can to raise pollinators, But it's also important for the life cycle of a homesteader, It's a great source of sugar. So, anyway, all of those things combined, I decided to take the plunge, and I feel like I'm just jumping off a cliff into something I don't really know and understand, and I'm doing it the best I can. But I'm trying to make it interesting and applicable to you guys as well. And the way I want to do that is to compare a top bar hive, as cheap as, something you can actually get, and the flow hive, which is probably as much money as I know how to spend on a beehive. And so today we're going to see the inexpensive version. This is my hive. I built this hive with about $35–40 worth of wood, plus some scraps that were from my build project. And you can tell it's a little dirty, it's a little scrappy, but it's going to do the job. $4 worth of paint on the outside to protect it, and I built a nice little box lid. We covered it with some leftover material that was used to cover our bundles of wood. And I'm using a box of bees instead of a nuke. Of course, a nuke isn't meant to fit in a hive shaped like this, but it's also usually a cheaper option. So in the end, I'm hoping to give beginners a taste of what it is for somebody who's new and doesn't have any bee experience to try the cheapest option versus the most expensive option. And we'll see kind of how it goes. Well, watch me install my box of bees, and we'll go from there. Alright, that seems to be working alright. That was my bee feeder, just a mason jar with a few holes in the lid. Sugar syrup, and I set it up on a couple scraps of wood there. Just need to make sure all my top bars are in place and everything's covered up before I install the bees. So I have here a top bar, and I've attached a piece of quarter round on the face of it and a little bit of honey. I was recommended beeswax or honey, beeswax first. Didn't have that, so honey it is. I'm really quite lost. If it's a good idea or not, I have no clue. But that's the way it is. And I've started it with my first 9, and the rest of them don't have one. I had some assurances that that'll do it. We'll find out. Just as long as I do the right maintenance. We'll see. I'm donning my hood. It's been said to me a few times that it's not really necessary to suit up for this first one. But it's going to keep me calm, I think. So I'm going to do it. Anyway, here goes. I'm just spraying the bees here with a little bit of sugar water. Apparently this keeps them a little busy, calms them down just a touch. My task here is to remove the queen, make sure she's doing okay, and is alive and well. Queen's alive! Very vigorous. That's good. This queen cage just had a corkwood plug, and I had to install the candy plug. I'm fascinated with this queen. I found it a little trickier than I expected to have her crawl in the right spot while I installed this. I was just worried that she'd come right out. So I just watched her for a minute till she crawled to the top. Went as fast as I could. The next job was to fasten the queen cage to the top bar. I started this way, found out that it would be in the way, so I used a piece of tape and taped it down a little bit lower. So far so good. Now comes the moment of truth. Well, I went as quickly and as ably as I could. Depending on what I edit out or whatever, I did have my moments of being a little nervous. But for the most part, I did okay. I have a few spots that I would like to pin up or patch up a little bit, but you know, my brain has been taught my entire life to fear these and to be cautious around them, and I don't think that's something you should change, but I overcame it in the first few minutes. That's nice. Anyway, I might watch these for a little while as they work their way into the hive. Most of the bees are out of the box already. Some of them are in the air. They're trying to make their way up and above. Well, guys, that went really quick, quite painless. Could have been worse. I've learned a thing or two about bees. They're still flying around me. And I learned a few things about me. Thanks for watching this video, of course. And I should say, keep your eye open for these next videos. It'll be at least a couple weeks before I get my nuke for the flow hive, and when I get that, I'll install it, do a video on that. So just keep your eyes open for the bee series, and you know, let's see how this works. Let's see if one makes it, or if two make it, or if none make it. If gardening is a green thumb, is this a swollen thumb? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm a good beekeeper or not. If you're new to the channel, it's good to see you. Welcome aboard. Take a look around. We've just recently moved to the Pacific Northwest. We're making a go of building a homestead. We're currently in the middle of building our house, our off-the-grid yurt. You can click around and check out that one. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great experience. And you know, if you like what you see, you know the drill. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you can see my next stuff. You know, we really enjoy you, especially the comments. Thank you guys for all your awesome comments. Now, speaking of comments, I could see all kinds of comments from this video. And you know what? They're welcome. Please send them my way, whether they're critiques or suggestions or whatever, because the purpose of this video is for the community to learn, and myself. So I need to learn. We all know that. I'm the newbie. But anybody that comes to my channel and sees that I made a horrible mistake should be able to find it in the comments, and that will be positive for the whole new beekeeper community. So do it. Whether it's happy or whether it's angry, send them my way. Share it with the world. That's what we're here for. Comment. Yep, we want those. And until next time, thanks for taking this journey with me on simple ground. So I'm going to drop the box. I'm going to pull out the can. I'm going to put the lid, well, no, I'll pull out the can, set it down, pull out the queen, make sure most of the bees are off, the whatever, and I'm going to cover the hole with my thing. Bees will come out, more than likely. And I forgot one of my steps. That's why I'm doing this. This is one of the important steps. I'm going to spray them too.